What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Blockbuster Mentality, the show where actors, filmmakers, content creators, critics come on to dissect their favorite films. I'm your host, Ben, and it's a pleasure to be back with you folks for another episode. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to us on iTunes. Give us a review. Give us a rating. It takes 30 seconds out of your day. You're already on your phone. Use those thumbs or your finger. I don't know. I'm a thumber when it comes to phones. I don't know about you guys, but use whatever appendages you need to use on your phone to give us a rating. We'd appreciate it. Been climbing those charts, so please help us to continue to do so. Today we are honored to have on talented filmmaker Johannes Roberts, who has a film coming out the day before Thanksgiving 2021, a couple days from right now. Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, sort of a reboot of the Resident Evil franchise. He's going to talk about how this one's different than the previous installments. He's going to talk about what John Carpenter means to him. It was great talking with him. He had his daughter there. I'm not sure how old she was, but she was a toddler, and so you're going to hear her a lot. But hey, I'm all for that. I got kids myself, so just provides extra entertainment. So if you hear a kid and him pause for a minute, it's because he's checking out his kid and making sure she's all right. But it was a lot of fun talking with him. We didn't have much time, so we only talked about his career a little bit, John Carpenter, and the new film. So we didn't break down a classic film, but it was still a great conversation. And be sure to check out Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City in theaters on Wednesday, November 24th. But here is my conversation with Johannes Roberts. Dave could not make it on today, but hey, Dave, we're still thinking about you. It's always a theme of this show is my kids, just storming into my office. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. It just provides for more entertainment, You're a real person. We're all real, How's the adjustment been? I mean, since COVID and all that, how did that work out for you?
Yeah, it was a weird one in terms of listen, you. In that I was very lucky in that Resident Evil went during the pandemic, so at least we were working all the time, but it was pretty brutal. It's total isolation. Me, my wife, and my daughter have just become. It's kind of like I Am Legend,
Right?
It's got a little unit, a little bit crazy, a little bit weird, and she, most of the pandemic, she grew up in LA, and she just sort of took like parking lots to be her playground and stuff. She didn't know any better, any difference. And so it's a weird one. She's very used to adults, as you can
right
see.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be weird for these kids, because I mean she must have been even littler when the pandemic started, so
she's lived more of her life in pandemic than out of it. It's just strange. It's a world. She's if I put a mask on, she's it's just normal. Daddy's put a mask on. Yeah, not that she'll bloody put a mask on.
Right.
Herself. Yeah. Can't ever get her to do that. But
even for me, it's like, I gotta wear a mask again. All right. I just took a plane ride to San Francisco. I'm in Tampa, Florida, and took one to San Francisco, and having that on for that whole flight was just like almost torture.
Oh yeah, the plane rides are the worst. Yes. That's awful. That's awful. Yeah, I agree. Here they don't. In London, nobody wears masks anymore.
Yeah, that's the same here. I mean, in Florida, anyways, where it's pretty. I mean, if you're vaccinated, pretty much no one wears a mask. When I went to California this past week, it was very strict, which is good.
Oh, really? It is quite strict there again. We haven't been back for a while. We're going to go back again, I think, sort of pretty soon. But
yeah, it's one of these shows. I'll not have to talk any COVID, any pandemic.
I know. It's yeah.
But
I hear you on that.
Now, are you in England right now, or are you in?
I am. Yeah, we're just in Whitechapel area. Sort of Jack the Ripper area.
Okay.
Here for I don't know till Christmas, I think, and then we'll look to head back to LA.
Gotcha. So is there going to be like a premiere in LA, or is a premiere in London?
I think COVID has kind of killed that all because we're all just across the globe. Like nobody's in one place, and you've just got to fly everybody in. You've got to worry about all kind of COVID nonsense and quarantines if you need them. And so I think that world is kind of gone unless you're got Lady Gaga or something. There's no point in it, which is sometimes is a shame. I don't know. I'm not. Do you know what we did big one premieres for the shark movies, and they are fun. It has to be said, but equally, there's a lot of stress for. And a lot of money. Holy crap! They cost a lot of money for what Like I say, if you got Lady Gaga, then that's some
well, yeah, it's for one day. It's kind of like a wedding. It's like you're spending all this money just for one day. It's like, I mean, can't we just go to the courthouse or something and have people send us money? I don't know. But
Daddy unplugged it. Where have your clothes gone?
You gotta wear clothes, girl.
She's not very keen on clothes. Well, Daddy didn't need it anymore. He's charged up. It's okay. Don't put that in your mouth, though. No, that's a plug.
Kids, I tell you, kids. So I mean, how I mean these press junkets, man, they gotta be exhausting. I'm sure you're a little tired at this point, huh?
It can, yes, it can be. It's great. There's a couple of things that happen. So you get on a call, and sometimes you can just tell that they've got a set of questions, and you could answer whatever. They answer. How what are you doing? You pain in the ass.
Hi.
How was making the movie and. I could answer. Really stop that. Just answer the most preposterous thing. Will you stop it? Daddy's trying to actually do a proper job here. And you could just say, we killed 27 people every day, and they would go, oh, okay, great, and then they just move on to the next question. So that's pretty dispiriting when you have that kind of conversation. And then the other one you get, and I get this now more because I have probably a bigger, more sophisticated team around me. So what will happen is on the press junket, it will go, you're meeting so and so. They've seen the film, they love it, blah 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 blah, and then it'll go down the junket of who I'm meeting. I never really look at these things anyhow, but then I'll look, and then it'll be like, oh, you're meeting so and so from such and such. He's seen the movie. And then I'm like, but what? Why doesn't it say? And then he comes on and it's like, oh, I get it. He hates it. He hates it. And you have to do this.
He's got some things he wants to say.
And it's just like, oh God. And that's torturous where normally they just send like an intern then to do their interview because they don't want to chat to you. Or it's just really awkward. And
I always want. Sorry. Yeah. No, I always wonder. Yeah. Like, what do they get out of that interview? Like, because I just like talking to people. I just start with a conversation, just talk. See where it leads us. It's like, what exactly are you getting out of that? But people do what they got to do.
They got to do. Yeah. I think the key is to know less. I've discovered.
Yeah.
It's like I very early on in my career understood that if you have to ask someone if they liked your movie, you know the answer already. So I don't do that anymore.
You're right.
Did you like it? Ah, shit. Why did I ask? Because now I know that. But yeah, this thing now of sort of that happens. So I have this sheet and I can go down and I can see sort of stuff that I don't really want to see. And then sometimes, do you know what's great about it is chatting, is like you meet just a bunch of horror nerds that want to talk horror movies, and it's kind of fun, and it's a weird new world where we're all talking to each other from each other's bedrooms, and it's all strange, there's none of this in-person stuff anymore, which is kind of strange. But I was chatting to someone the other day, and they were just saying, do you know, I would probably find it a bit weird if we were in person. And it's like, yeah, God, you know what? That might be true. Like, it's been so long now.
Right. I know.
This whole thing has been done. I'm in my Airbnb bedroom here with this beautiful picture of a map. Yeah. It's a very lovely map.
It's just a map. Yeah, it's just a map. I don't it's just do it. It's like, it's just a map. Yeah, it's just insane to me just how quickly things can change. How this is our new normal. It's just it's unbelievable.
How fragile the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up like thinking like A, that the world's pretty robust, and B, that when the world falls to an end, it's going to be a big thing. This is just so mundane. It was just so boring.
It's know. Yeah, it's not.
And it just fell apart so quickly. When the wheels came off, they just, as soon as people realized there might not be enough loo roll, the fucking whole car just ran off the rails. It's just crazy.
I know, man. Yeah. But yeah, there's no exciting, we're not running around with chainsaws or,
No. I wish. It's pretty dull.
I know.
Pretty dull end of the world. We'll go out with a damp squib, I think. Just like, that's it. All right.
Not with a bang, but with a whimper. That's how we're going out, But because I mean we're a movie show, so we typically bring on a celebrity or filmmaker or whatever to break down a film, and obviously we don't have time for that. So I did want to ask you like what movies kind of you grew up on to get into the genre you're in. What are your favorites in the?
I 100% is my as a filmmaker, like I'm just a John Carpenter nut.
Okay.
And I'm hello. You haven't got any clothes on still. No. You did, didn't you? Yeah. You helped mummy. That's good. Goodbye. See you later. Oh, light goes off. Okay.
And now he's in the dark.
Horror zone. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. You don't need the visual on this, do you?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Could we have some light back on? And so I had really no, stop it now. This will give us what is it?
Epilepsy, the seizures.
What the hell have you got there? What's that? Dr. Pepper?
That is Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero Sugar. It's not a sponsor, but hey, Dr. Pepper, if you're listening.
It's my one rider thing that I have. Like, I have to have a can of Dr. Pepper, 2 cans a day, a can of Dr. Pepper for lunch, and then I depending on how bad the shoot is going, I either break one out, early in the morning, or I can last till the afternoon. And no matter where I am, I need that Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And then after the shoot finishes, I won't touch the stuff.
So it's just
and it's just from day one of the shoot, nothing to do with prep or anything. Day one of the shoot, I have.
So not a coffee guy. You're that's how you get your caffeine intake.
It's just got to be Dr. Pepper, and it's got to be like in England we have this sugar tax, and it's sorry, this is nothing about films, is it?
That's
But you're learning about film directing, so they don't have any sugar in anymore. Even the main one is like 50 calories, whereas in America it's 150 calories. And so if I'm having that Dr Pepper, I'm having the American one. I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to have my lights punched out.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm a bigger guy, so I got to go with the zero sugar.
you've got to go with the
Unfortunately.
zero. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's yeah. Otherwise, I'd be an even bigger guy. But
Yeah, no, I could.
it's-
You know what? I couldn't do that shit every day. You know, like
Right,
it
yeah.
has to be with filming, and it's a very specific mentality.
yeah, whatever works for you.
We have,
You gotta-
yeah, it is. It's a psychological thing. Hopefully, Dr Pepper are listening to this, and
I know, right?
Send cases of
We're
Dr Pepper.
selling the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I grew up. The funny thing is what has always really interested me and intrigued me are siege movies. And I think that I don't know where that love started, but it was as a young kid, I was reading Tolkien, and that is just Lord of the Rings is one big siege movie. You know, whether it's Helm's Deep or whichever
Right.
castle is, they're firing heads over, they're locking people, and it's proper siege mentality. And very scary, you know, it's horror, you know, those orcs are, you know, like they're as scary as, you know, as you could get in kind of the horror world. And then equally at the same time, I was really into cowboy and Indian westerns, and that kind of, you know, the cowboys in the fort kind of siege mentality there as
Right.
well. And that sort of then sort of progressed into I'd run out of Tolkien, then I discovered King, and through King I discovered Carpenter, and Carpenter is just the king of siege.
Yeah.
And Assault on Precinct 13 was just a movie that I just absolutely adore, and that really was very instrumental in how I told Resident Evil, because I basically just, you know, looked at Assault Precinct 13 and really wanted to sort of use that as my template.
Sure.
So that to me is like a massive. I just love what I love about Carpenter is like the dry humor and the dry humor and the suspense mixed together. So the movies are taken so seriously, but there's this kind of just wonderful humor through it that makes them just so funny.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at times it's out and out comedy, like Big Trouble in Little China, but Assault is just like dryly humor, and that really just. I think I'm half German, so I have a very odd sense of humor. So I sort of engage with these sort of things.
Are you if you had to choose one, The Thing or Halloween?
Oh, The Thing over Halloween for sure.
Yeah.
If I had to choose one Carpenter, I would probably go. It would be a toss-up between Assault on Precinct 13 or Christine. I love Christine.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. You know, that was my first Carpenter. I was big into Stephen King, and I just that sort of started my love of it. I love The Thing a lot, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful movie with such a great atmosphere to it. It's just a wonderful, you know, even beyond the incredible special effects. And again, it has that humor, you know, where McCready's, you know, it's probably, if I was to teach a film school and like introduce a character in one beat kind of thing, McCready playing chess, thinking he's smarter than the chess computer, going, you're losing it. And then the chess computer wins, and then he ditches his JB Scotch into the computer, and it blows up. Is just that tells you everything you need to know about that character. It's very funny, but very, you know, not overly comedic, you know.
Right, it's not over the line. It's just right. I know, you know, we have a hard stop here. So Resident Evil, what's how is this going to be different than the originals or you know, the previous films? How is it different?
How is it different? Yes, sorry. So you spent a lot of time.
No, don't apologize.
This is a horror movie. So this really went back to the original two games, and you know, it's in love with all the movies the games were in love with, all the Romero references that inspired the first games were my love as well. So it's a weird kind of circle where this movie is in love with Resident Evil, which was in love with the movies that I was in love with. So it all together, kind of mashed up together. But it's very much a horror movie, and it's a totally different beast. It has nothing to do with the previous franchise, which are a lot of fun. I enjoyed them, but they were very much about Mila and sort of martial arts and kicking zombie dogs and stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas this is really a Carpenter. I wanted to go out and make a John Carpenter movie, John Carpenter's zombie movie, kind of thing. So I was having real fun with that, and I hope people dig it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's solid. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the trailers. Looks intriguing. So definitely looking forward to checking it out. And when's the official release date?
It comes out in America. It comes out on the 24th of November. So next week.
There we go. And then someday when you have more time to do a proper blockbuster mentality show, we got to break down a John Carpenter film. How does that sound?
I absolutely love it. Just let me know when, and I'll be there.
Sounds good, my man. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck with the movie. And I had a blast with the little time we had. Tell your daughter she was great. And thanks for coming on, my man.
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Have a good.
You too. Well, there you have it, folks. Johannes Roberts, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Make sure you check it out. I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. Great conversation. Cool guy. And I think our first Englishman on the show. So there you have it. Again, subscribe to us on iTunes, rate, review us, follow us on Twitter at BlockbusterCast, on Instagram at BlockbusterMentality. Go to BlockbusterMentality.com. That's where you get all the updates on the show, or all three of those platforms. But all right, well, stay tuned for more guests coming up in the next few weeks. And hope you enjoy. If you have time off work, enjoy it. And here we are. Bye. But no, that is it for me. For Johannes, I'm Ben. And as always, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks. We'll catch you guys at the movies.